to the people around you.
I've spent my whole life getting away from stuff, letting someone in. It's hard.
I want to be captain. I need to be captain.
I owe you something. It is coming just for you.
My name is Jeffrey Manchester. I robbed 45 McDonald's.
Good morning, team.
And I've been living in a toy store for 6 months.
Authorities everywhere are on the hunt for the roof man.
But that wasn't even the crazy part.
I would like to introduce you to someone. Would you go out with me?
I would very much like to go out on a date with you.
You're not good at being a criminal.
Whatever you do, you can quit right now.
Oops.
This isn't just combat. It's cinema.
Ready or not, here I come. Let's go! Are you not entertained?
The new home of UFC, Paramount Plus.
In the Champions League, every picture tells a story, and every great story
Would you believe this?
needs an audience.
It's a really special moment.
The UEFA Champions League, every goal, every game, live on Paramount Plus.
Buenos dias, welcome into Morning Footy 48 Nations presented by Geico. It feels good to Geico. I'm Claudia Pagan alongside Darian Jenkins, Michael Lahoud, and JD Dyer. We are live on YouTube, so drop your comments and your thoughts throughout the entire show. But hey, we've already got a poll going. We're asking you which of the three host nations will make it furthest in the World Cup, because yesterday was such a good day for Canada and for Mexico, both of them getting wins. The U.S., you can see we've got our USA jerseys on. Lahoud's got Cabo Verde, which you know what? I'm going to give it to you. If you're going to wear another jersey that's not U.S., hell yeah, it's got to be this one.
I'm Team Vozinha all day. We're going to get into it when we talk about Footy Kit Friday, but today's a big day. Today's a big day.
Huge day. So let's go around the grounds to see everything that we've got in store for you today for this Friday edition of Morning Footy. We're starting things off with the Premier League schedule. They dropped, and Arsenal will start their title defense against Coventry City to kick off their new season. The U.S. men's national team, as we said, are back in action today against Australia, but Christian Pulisic remains a doubt. And yesterday was a huge day for the other two tournament co-hosts. Canada got their first ever World Cup win, in part due to Jonathan David's hat trick. And Mexico needed just one goal to get past South Korea and become the first team to qualify for the knockout round. So with one group stage match day left, Mexico have secured their spot in the next round. And by securing the top spot in their group, this also means that they'll play the first knockout round match in Mexico. That's the round of 32. And if they do advance, they would stay in Mexico for the following round, which is the round of 16. So let's take a look at some of the scenes out in Mexico and around the iconic monument that they have there, Ángel de la Independencia.
Ooh, that turnout is crazy.
Imagine being there.
That's energy right there.
That does not look real.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you, that is
Scenes.
sensational.
I think after having all the FOMO from Boston, I'm also having FOMO from not being out in Mexico for those incredible scenes. First World Cup game, I believe, in Guadalajara, which is where the game was yesterday. So incredible for that. Incredible for them to get the win, right? Scenes, magical.
Yeah, Darian, we were all talking about this ahead of the show, and for as exciting as it is for L3 to win back-to-back matches at a World Cup, you were probably the loudest voice of saying, I wasn't too sure about this performance.
Atmosphere, doubt. Yes.
It was just drag them expectations down now.
I was over here positive, but you know what? It is true. You mentioned some things that you saw in this game that made you think, okay, it's a win, but it wasn't truly a convincing performance to you.
Hype for them. They got the 3 points at home. I think that's incredible. The energy of the crowd, the stadium looks beautiful. You could hear the fans really encouraging this team and how much it meant to get those 3 points. It was not a convincing win in any sense watching Mexico play. I thought that they sat far too low. They allowed South Korea to find their way into the game South Korea just weren't clinical and ran out of ideas in the attacking third. But I think when Mexico plays against a more difficult team that actually has a dagger in the front line that is willing to have a little bit more audacity and try things, this back line and the shape that they had, I don't think it made sense for 90 minutes of the game.
I've seen holes in both games. I think there's definitely been spells where you can see that Mexico has struggled for large possessions of it in terms of controlling the tempo, controlling the attack. I think what Darian's definitely alluding to is the second you see an opposition that's going to have quality, I agree. I think Mexico's going to be in a lot of trouble. But I will just say, both of us, and I'm speaking for both of us here, I'm just happy that the hosts are actually doing well.
Yeah.
Like, that energy is like, it's needed. And I said it right at the beginning of the tournament. The energy in terms of from the neutrals and those that are hosting us in terms of within this World Cup is going to be important. But what's also important is their progression. The further they go into the competition is the more the outside noise, the casuals, and people are paying attention to what's happening here. So I think when you look at Mexico overall, we have got massive question marks as to how far they can go. And obviously, historically for them, it's just about getting to the knockout stage and making sure they go one step further in completing a knockout stage victory. But at this stage, I definitely think on the pitch, I can see the glaring holes. And I think other opposition will definitely look and say that's the team that's definitely beatable.
Yeah, JD, you bring up an excellent point. I think overall, we have to celebrate that this has been a good advertisement for CONCACAF football.
Yeah.
You go back to 2022 at the World Cup, where CONCACAF was very disappointing outside the U.S. Mexico, disappointment in their group, although there were maybe a couple players who stepped up, but Tata Martino, it was a disaster underneath them. So to see the fans getting bought into this team is so important. And there's no better man for the job in Vasco Aguirre. And I was just really struck by his post-match presser when he touched on that, where he said, look, with the fans behind us, we can do anything. And you see the celebrations. There is a point, and I'm going to touch on this. There is a point, and I think what both of you are really alluding to about at times they've been underwhelming. There was a point at halftime or just before where the fans were booing again.
Yes.
That's 2 games in a row. Two games in a row, these fans are booing. And I just wonder, though, if there's a sense of expectation where they want more. I think I want more from Mexico. Now, I sound crazy saying that, where this is just the 6th time that the CONCACAF country has won their first 2 games at the World Cup. Mexico did it in 2018. They did it in 2002. And unfortunately for them, they had the similar output and the similar reaction and the similar outcome of they just can't get it over the line when it counts in the knockout round. So for as good as it is, getting it done in the group stage, these fans want more.
Yeah. I don't know. I was watching the show last night, and Janelli, my girl, watching her talk about Aguirre and how she said he's not going to change in the next match. He's not going to change at all. To me, that's to not change the tactics of sitting in a 5-4-1 or a 4-5-1. It wasn't flexible enough to go against a team that can actually hurt you. South Korea let themselves down. We can talk a bit about that. But with Mexico, I'm like, you have to adapt. You have to be more threatening. You can't sit and allow a team to just gain confidence on the ball, have space in behind and in front of you. They have to change for me in order to keep advancing in this tournament.
What would make them more successful in your eyes moving forward? What are the changes that you would want to see?
It being a little bit more aggressive going forward. I think more flexibility, and them, instead of dropping into this mid to low block press, make a team have to adjust, make a team have to change the way that they're going to attack and build out, as opposed to just dropping off so much that there was many times in the game for 10, 15 minutes where South Korea were just swinging the ball back and forth, and they were still 0-0 before the mistake was made from the goalkeeper Kim, and they were able to finish it. So you just have to have a dagger, and I haven't seen that yet from Mexico in defensively. In moments, yes, they had a goal line save a couple of times, but in the attack, it's not enough.
I just want to see a level of expectations kind of raised for themselves, because you can clearly see in terms of with the fan base, the culture, they've added so much flavour to this World Cup, both on and off the field. So historically, the Mexican community, I've always said in this region of the world, has always arguably been the heritage of football. They have a passion, they have a determination, and more importantly, they have an expectation for their team to want to go and play attacking football. Like, they want to really see you play a Mexican style of football, and that isn't just in terms of Mexican, because Mexican boxers are exactly the same. Everything is front foot. Everything is wanting to make sure that you showcase who you are and your pride being on front stage. And right now, what they've done is they've achieved the two, I would say, which were the easy achievables, which were, first of all, make sure you qualify from the group, which is you want to go into the round of 32. You want to make sure that you can showcase what you can do in a knockout stage competition. And the second thing was, of course, Raul Jimenez getting his emotional goal and his connotation in what he means to that country, what he's done, and obviously what he's been through in terms of his journey over the last 24 months. Those two things have now been achieved. I want to kind of see the shackles kind of come off them now. And like, to quote Kurt Franklin, I kind of want to see you be free and show me a revolution. Show me that you actually deserve to be here, and show me why, on the footballing sense, we can just go and showcase why we're proud to be Mexicans.
Yeah, and this game was truly shaped by little moments. It felt like, if we have to simplify it, it's a goalkeeping error on South Korea's part, and then incredible goalkeeping at the very end for Mexico's part. And someone spoke about this. They said, good morning. What a game, Mexico versus Korea. Good morning. I had to say the whole comment.
Well raised. Whoever that is, well raised.
Good morning. What a game, Mexico versus Korea was 2 outstanding saves. And how did Korea not score in stoppage time? Mexico, goalkeeper.
I mean, the man of the match in this game was Taylor Angel, because you think of the goal line saves that he made, but you also have to give one player that gets overlooked in this when you get the wins, Edson Alvarez. The goal line clearance that he has, I think it was Sonny that gets in, dinks it over, and he bicycle kicks it out.
That was incredible.
Edson Alvarez, and we covered him on this network in the Europa League. He plays his football at Fenerbahce, and he's been through it. He missed 16 matches coming into the World Cup and has had a lot of injuries this season. And I think a player like him embodies the fighting spirit under Vasco Aguirre. He's a player that was one of their standout players at the Gold Cup last summer. And he's a player that is an emotional leader. But this is a Mexico side that has a lot of players stepping up, unsung heroes stepping up. But I still want to see more. I'm going to repeat myself. I still want to see more. There's quality in this Mexico team. Another player that came off the bench, I think at some point, you have to start Obed Vargas. When he came in, he gave an energy. He gave a bite. We've seen it in the Champions League with Atleti.
We have.
If you're Vasco Aguirre, roll the dice. He rolled the dice with Luis Romo, and it paid off. He rolled the dice in the first game with Brian Gutierrez, and it paid off. I'm interested to see what dice he rolls. I would love to see a midfield at some point of Obed Vargas. I would love to see Brian Gutierrez in there. And for the love of God, I will literally fly down to Mexico City or Guadalajara or anywhere where they're based. At what point do we see Gilberto Mora?
He's kind of wrapping him in cotton wool right now. And I think because of the expectations on that 17-year-old coming in, and you know, all of the talk about the other wonder kids in the tournament, I was interested to see more than anybody else, because I think we've seen what Lamine Yamal can do. We've seen what the notable wonder kids that are coming to this tournament can do. Mora has an opportunity here really to showcase the world, not only just from the CONCACAF region, but that, you know, I can play as good as anybody. I can handle the expectations that's on here, and I can also carry the pressure and the expectations from those fans that were booing, and showcase why, because he is someone that wants to play on the front foot. He is someone that wants to beat people. He is someone that wants to be brave on the ball. But I don't know if it necessarily fits into the coaching philosophy right now. And that's the difference. I think they're just kind of trying to match it up. But look, free hit now.
Yeah.
Let's go, Mike. Last game. Let's go and let's really set an expectation and show some freedom.
Yeah, and one thing Mexico really has going for them is, depending on how far they can go, their next 3 matches can be on their home turf in Mexico. So, of course, their next group stage match will be in Mexico. The round of 32 match that they've already clinched will be in Mexico. Javier Aguirre saying the Azteca factor is quite significant. 40 years ago, the stadium was like a volcano. Playing there involves the whole Mexican Republic. So, of course, I am happy we're guaranteed to play 2 more matches on home territory. And if we continue to progress, who knows how far we can go? Yes, because then the round of 16, if they make it there, will also be in Mexico. And here's a look at the potential opponents. It's a lot of potential.
So the whole competition. So they can play everybody, basically.
And we'll get a better look at how all of this can go as we continue progressing through the round 2 and round 3 group stage matches. But yeah, I mean, it definitely won't be easy at all for Mexico, whoever they are to play in the round of 32. One thing that someone has mentioned in our YouTube comments, and is one thing to keep in note, is that Mexico is used to playing in the elevation of Mexico.
Yeah.
So they've got that going for them. And along with South Korea, they've been the only ones that are playing all their games in Mexico. So Mexico does have that advantage over anyone else who they're gonna play. Someone saying, 0 chance that Mexico gets through the round of 32. Same team, same result.
Ooh.
Okay, City fan, take a deep breath. Okay. Show some little bit of optimism at, 10 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, look, I'm not seeing it depending on who they get in the draw. And I think we're all pretty unanimous in this. If you, by chance, come up against that group that has Japan, Netherlands, that is going to be a dogfight. Because when you look at a bit of the soft underbelly in Mexico in the final third, I go back to just two moments where Julian Quiñones aside, Raul Jimenez aside, where are the other goals going to come from for ML3?
Yeah.
I just don't see enough goals in this team. You can only survive games because they survived this game against South Korea. They got the job done, but you can't survive your way all the way through the knockout round. I think that's where quality in the final third really rises to the top.
This is where we see what Mexico is really made of, though. You look at these list of potential opponents, and you're right, Japan, Netherlands, they could potentially play either of those teams. This is where you see who has that dog in him, that who's going to go score goals. This is the different new era of this Mexico national team. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, let's definitely see what they can do. We've got more comments. Someone saying Mexico won't make it to the round of 16. Book it. So it doesn't seem like there's too much confidence in Mexico, but hey, they are the first team to clinch their spot into the next round. We are going to take a quick break here. Much more Morning Footy, 48 Nations coming up for you on the other side of this quick break.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me.
Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events.
It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others, but they're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back in. Let's take you out to SoFi Stadium in LA, where Switzerland rolled to a 4-1 win over Bosnia and Herzegovina. And it was the impact of Swiss subs who made the difference, with Johan Manzabi coming off the bench and scoring 2 goals. And Ruben Vargas added a goal of his own and assist to give Switzerland their first points of the tournament. Now let's head over to BC Place in Vancouver, where Canada made history by earning their first ever World Cup win. The Canadians did it in style with Jonathan David's hat trick, leading the way in a 6-0 win over Qatar on a night when the Qataris drew 2 red cards and Canadian midfielder Ismail Kone suffered a broken leg. That victory gives the Canadians 4 points through 2 match days. And with that 6-0 win for Canada, they now have the joint largest win by a host country in World Cup history. It's not only their first ever World Cup win, but also their first time scoring 2 or more goals in a World Cup match. Now, Jesse Marsch, their head coach, spoke after this match about the importance of Canada's win. Take a listen.
You can say and do all the right things, but you need moments like today. You need moments where everybody remembers what happened. Like no one will forget this, and no Canadian will forget this day. And I said afterwards to Matt, there'll be 40 million people that said they were here, and it's an incredibly seminal moment for everyone to understand that there's talent in this country, that there's mentality, that there's desire, that there's a lot of things that make this country special, even though it's a hockey country, right? And so that part I'm very proud that we've accomplished a moment where everybody can kind of remember what's happening. But even more so, I think it will drive us to make sure that we do everything we can to win the group and really make a run in this tournament.
Well, their first ever win for Canada, absolutely huge for them. You could see the way that Jesse Marsch was really celebrating with the fans after that one. But we do have a poll that is going on in the YouTube comment section. We are asking you which of the 3 host nations for this World Cup you think is going to make it the farthest. Because, of course, we saw Canada get their win. Mexico got a win yesterday, with South Korea clinching their place in the next round. And the U.S. do play tonight. But looking at Canada yesterday, Darian, do you think, 6-0, it's impressive, but do you think this is kind of the furthest, the peak that Canada will be hitting in the tournament? Or what did you make of what you saw from them yesterday?
I don't think this is the peak of what we'll see of Canada, because they had most possession. They were dominating. They were pressing. Qatar went down 2 players in the match. And yes, Canada scored a plethora of goals before they got their initial red card. But I do think we'll see the true Canada when it's a game that's a little bit more back and forth, where they're having to deal with more pressure defensively. And I feel like I'm being kind of a contrarian here, or a little negative on these teams that we're talking about. But with Canada, they weren't truly tested defensively in the match against Qatar. They just simply couldn't really get past it. And the credit to Canada and their defensive prowess in the attacking third, in the middle third. But I don't think we've seen the best of Canada. Maybe the best in finishing, sure, but in a full game that can be much more back and forth and much more of a true test, no, I think that remains to be seen.
Yeah, JD, how often have we come here this season and just been waiting for a moment from Jonathan David?
Oh, I've run out of time. How much time do we have?
Seriously, how often? I say that as the current vice president of the Jonathan David fan club. Still, I'm coming out of hiding. I was in hiding all season because of City Out. But how big of a moment is this for him?
You know, I'm always going to rep one JD to another. I'm really happy that he had his moment. I'm really happy that he had this moment, especially because the pressure that's been on his shoulders this year and the outside noise that he must have been hearing, I think has almost, and I mean this respectfully, limited his game in his own mind. Because, you know, the confidence, and you lot will both understand as players, right? The confidence starts here, the mentality starts here, and I can see him being a shell of himself. I think about the forward that was in Lille and how dangerous he was in the final third, how clinical, how many decisions he made before the ball even reached him. Now I can see him genuinely overthinking. Yesterday was one of the first times I saw an element of freedom in Jonathan, and I was like, finally, this is the player that everybody had touted, everybody that was looking at when he became a free agent, and a number of clubs across Europe were really interested in. What I loved about him was he had a clinical edge, and I could see his growth throughout the game just growing. Once the first goal came, it was like a weight of shoulders came off his shoulders, and then all of a sudden they were able to express themselves. I know we're sitting there, and I know you asked whether or not this was going to be a kickstart or the pinnacle or the peak in terms of their tournament. I have to agree with Dee again, because I actually don't think it will be. I've watched this Canada team, and I've said it before the tournament, and I'll say it now. This is the best team they've ever had in their history. On paper, physically, what they can demand, the level, the quality that's in this squad, and also the head coach that they have. So take this moment, and I mean this respectfully, you don't get many of these, because there will be another golden generation or golden generation afterwards, but it might not be in our lifetime. And genuinely, that's not an exaggeration. Ask Belgium, ask so many other countries that missed their peak or missed their moment. You have to grab it while you're here, and especially having the home nation behind you, they're kind of doing their business away from everybody else. Like, up north, no one's really paying attention. Obviously, they had a bit of a draw in their first game, and now being able to build momentum within the tournament, and I'm really excited to see what they can do.
So then everything you're saying in terms of the quality that they have in this Canadian side, when you're looking at the expectations that were set for Jesse Marsch when he took over Lahoud, I mean, they had good performances in even Copa America.
Yeah.
Now they have 4 points through their first 2 matches in the World Cup. Where are you at with the expectations that were set for Jesse Marsch? Do you think he's hitting them exactly as the expectations were set? Do you think maybe he's already over-exceeding them? Where are you with that?
Yeah, first and foremost, congratulations to my former teammate, Jesse Marsch. He's a hell of a leader. Whether you like how he leads, that's a different question, but I've been in locker rooms with him, and he's a transformative coach or manager, depending at the club level or the national team level. What Jesse Marsch is doing in real time, he's changing the face of Canadian soccer. He said it. When you think of Canada, what do you think of? You think of Hockey Town.
And the
you
Raptors.
think of Montreal. You think of now basketball. I think of Tim Hortons. Why? Because I love Tim Hortons. You don't think of soccer and football, whatever you want to call it, right? I think they call it soccer or football up there. But I'm just so happy for him and this team because I've been up to Canada, I've played games up in Canada, and there are pockets of fans, but there was a moment yesterday, and I'm sure we're going to talk about the big moment with the injury that happened to Ismail Kone, but there was a moment where just seeing a sea of red, and when Canada fans, the Canadian fans, they started chanting, "We want 4, we want 4." You've seen some of the Hollywood celebrities showing up at games. Wrexham owner Ryan Reynolds has been at games. You've seen Mike Myers, one of my favorite actors, mind you, being at games. I didn't know some of these people were Canadian or Canadian soccer fans.
He's waiting for Justin Bieber and Drake, mate.
Oh, come on, nah. Drizzy's here to have a good time. No, but it's been really, really impactful to see how Jesse is changing how we look at Canadian soccer.
I love that because I think one of the biggest things that I've seen with Canada soccer since he's taken over is he's given them some edge.
Yeah.
There's a bite to their game. There's a feistiness. There's a sort of swagger that I don't know if we can say Canada had swagger really before this
Trying
time.
to say what? Canadians got no swagger.
Canadians have this team on the pitch right now, though, they have this sense of confidence and I think respect that they demand on the pitch that they haven't had previously. And I think that's a really big credit to Jesse Marsch. You're right. I think you said, he's a great coach. You may not like what he says or maybe his energy. I love that. I can imagine as a player, when your coach is that confident and talks with such conviction, no matter the setting that they're in, it makes you feel like you can have that on the pitch, and I think that's what we're seeing from this Canadian side.
Just look at his face. Who could say no to a coach like this? Just ask a question.
But that intensity, you feed off of that as a player.
You have to.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but the thing, I think the genius behind Jesse, and I'm going to put myself out there and call this genius with what he's done with Canada. Even at Copa America, we saw glimpses of it, and we're seeing it now at the World Cup. He's taken all the pressure off the players. You think of how significant that is for your 2 strikers who have had difficult moments. The pressure that Jonathan David has been under. Copa America, he was a difference maker for Canada. A big reason why they made it to the semifinals. I repeat, the semifinals of Copa America. While the U.S. men's national team were in crisis, Canada were thriving. And in a moment like this, where you have an emotional moment where one of your players gets injured, yet again, he takes all the pressure off of the players, and there's this sense of freedom that I think we saw Canada play with. I'll go through it. Tajon Buchanan looked a different player, looked like the player that we see in the Champions League, and we cover on Scoreline and here on Morning Footy in La Liga with Villarreal. Ali Ahmed looks like the player that we see at Norwich City.
He does.
And you can go, Alistair Johnson looks like the league winner that we saw at Celtic. So he's done an excellent job just saying, hey, fellas, you go do your job, I'll do mine. I'll take all the media hits so you guys can have the freedom to play.
So there is someone in the comments saying, changing the face, we were already good before Marsch arrived, and then brought up the fact that for the last World Cup qualifying, Canada was undefeated heading into the World Cup. So, I mean, what do you make of that comment? You think Jesse has completely revamped this Canada?
They scored 6 goals.
And did they just get their first World Cup win?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do we have an app for that?
They were good before. Did we get to see it at a World Cup stage?
No.
Yeah. I think he's changing the expectations that we put around Canadian soccer.
100%.
How about that? Because what John Herdman has done, we have to give John Herdman some semblance of credit. I know it's a controversial topic with him and some of the Spygate stuff, but John Herdman was the one that put together a majority of this group, this core group that made it to a World Cup?
What? Nothing. You're by yourself.
But this was a core group that he put together. I know, I'm on an island. But he was the one that put this core group together that got to a World Cup. And this core group is the one that deserves credit. Now Jesse Marsch, because of his experience being on a staff at a World Cup, he was there in South Africa in 2010, you're starting to see that. Jesse Marsch was the one that got the achievements, taking this group one step further with Copa America. Jesse Marsch is the head coach that's getting Canada their first ever win, and you're right to point that out.
And I also want to talk about the emotional management of that game, because watching one of your players go through a horrendous and traumatic incident like that, you could see in terms of the immediate response of not just his teammates, they're his friends, they're his brothers in arms. They would have watched one of their friends go through something that is probably going to alter a large part of his career now in the midst of something that you've all built together. And I always say that you lean on your head coach in those moments to emotionally get you back focused on completing the objective. And this isn't to disregard what had occurred to Kone, because that deserves a conversation in its own right. But sometimes we don't understand in terms of what quality coaching looks like. And quality coaching is making sure that everybody still understands as to where we are, what we're doing, and what the goal is. And now you have to do it for your teammate, rather than just saying that you're doing it for yourself or representing your family. Now you have an extra person that you want to emotionally make sure you get over the line for. I watched the emotional distress, and I could only imagine what went through a lot of his teammates and his friends' minds, and that football doesn't matter. All of a sudden, I only care about my friend who's on this stretcher. And he gave the sign of confidence to his teammates by giving his thumbs up, regardless of what he was going through. But then his confidence and his teammates responded in kind by making sure they saw the performance out correctly.
Yeah. So expectations now for Canada moving forward after the second performance that we saw from them. Where are you at with that?
Do it again. This is where we see what you're made of. This is the Jesse Marsch swagger we need to see. Can you do it again? Can you repeat? Can you score multiple goals? Can you keep a clean sheet? That's where we see the true test.
All right. Well, someone also pointing out that best player in CONCACAF didn't play yesterday, Alphonso Davies.
Hey, still loaded. Still loaded. Still
Ready for the third game?
I would arguably say still maybe the quickest player in this tournament as well. Still loaded.
For sure. All right.
Still loaded.
Well, we've still got so much to continue talking about, so we're going to take a quick break here, but much more. Morning Footy, 48 Nations coming up for you on the other side.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me.
Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events.
It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others, but they're not like us. We need to get out of here now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Tell me, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt. What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad would want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
No state in the USA is getting more shine during the World Cup this summer than New Jersey. MetLife Stadium in the Garden State is hosting 8 World Cup matches, including the World Cup final on July 19th. And while excitement in the area is immense, the historic number of travellers to the New York and New Jersey area presents plenty of logistical challenges. Travel, lodging, safety, budgeting. So for more on how the state of New Jersey is embracing the World Cup and tackling those issues, we welcome in the Governor of New Jersey, Mikey Sherrill. Mikey, thank you so much for joining us today. We're a week into the World Cup. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
We're doing great here on the morning show. We love getting up early and talking soccer. We are here on Morning Footy very early, so we like to ask our guests what their favourite breakfast is. So what does the Governor of New Jersey like to eat every morning?
Well, I don't eat it every morning, but my favorite breakfast is Taylor ham and egg on an everything bagel with salt, pepper, and ketchup.
Wow.
Yeah, it's great.
Awesome.
But you can tell why I don't eat it every morning.
Okay, so wait, not pork roll? Taylor ham?
Oh, no, not up here.
Okay.
Taylor ham.
Taylor ham, I like it. We got some interesting breakfast questions for you later on in the show. But back to the most important thing, the elephant in the room about the World Cup. As Hannah said, it's incredible to see that the state of New Jersey specifically, not New York, the state of New Jersey is going to host multiple World Cup matches, including the World Cup final. What's it been like organizing this major event?
It's been incredible. And there are very few places across our country that could really host the event in this way. I think it's why New Jersey was chosen. We have the most elite police force in the nation. After 9/11, we put a lot of effort into that to make sure that we had all the assets we needed to keep the most densely populated area of the country safe. And that's exactly what we've done over the years, and we've become experts at it. So I think we've been able to secure the area incredibly well. Our visitors, I think, have enjoyed seeing our state police. They've taken pictures with them. And we've also been able to move people. And it's tricky. This is one of our largest stadiums, about an 80,000 person stadium for the World Cup. And we've got to move people in and out incredibly quickly in this densely populated area, sometimes during rush hour in and out of the city of New York. And so it adds layers of complexity. But I think we have risen to the challenge, especially after FIFA took all the parking spaces away, which is normally how people enter into the stadium. There's often people, we have a huge amount of parking spaces there. So those were all gone. So we got to work on the train system, got the tickets down under $100 after we met with our corporate sponsors to push in some money there, and then really have continued to work with our partners on some of their ingress and egress, because we were seeing some hiccups there at the first game. The second game went a lot more smoothly, but New Jersey Transit is still the easiest way, most efficient way in and out of the stadium.
Yeah, and Mikey, it's very interesting because all the different states have different transportation rules. Are you talking to the likes of the organisation groups in Kansas City or in LA and seeing how they're doing things?
Certainly, we're keeping in touch. I'm friends with many of the governors across the nation who are hosting these events as well. So learning best practices as we go, because all of us just want all of the people coming here to have a great experience. And at the same time, we want everyone in our state to have a great experience. So we're putting on fan zones across the state. And then really thrilled to welcome all the visitors. I was talking to the mayor of Hoboken, and she was saying how the moves we've made to keep our bars open late so people can come in and watch some games they've missed have really led to businesses staying open, a lot of tourists coming in to check out many of our different towns. So it's been really exciting.
Yeah, I'm definitely one of them. I live here in Connecticut. I actually went to Hoboken, I think at Mulligan's, down by the waterfront.
Yes.
Incredible place to watch soccer, Mulligan's. Please make me an ambassador.
You're keeping them in business.
I definitely kept them in business. But you mentioned that you've learned a lot, and there's some adaptations coming along as the matches continue. Can you give us some insight into what some of those adaptations are?
Sure. So I think we've seen more and more people getting on the rail system as they've seen how easy that is to get in and out and how well it's working. It's also really exciting, as I think some of your pictures showed. We are very excited. Our next game has the Norwegians, so we're excited for the rowing group to come in on our rail system to see what they make of that. We also have moved some of the Uber lanes so people can get through that more quickly, and then have worked with our state police to get some of the buses in and out more quickly, the host committee buses. So, and just some of the lanes that they've been using to try to do that during rush hour. And then our next game will kind of be flipped. It's our first late game during the week. So we'll have the rush hour to contend with as people get to the game. And then they'll be, it'll be a little more open as they leave.
And Mikey, you went to the first two games at MetLife, didn't you? Was it your first ever World Cup matches? Have you ever been to the tournament before? How were they?
These were my first World Cup matches. I've been to some friendlies and some of the pre-games before, but this was the first time I'd been to a World Cup event, and it was truly amazing. I love soccer. I love watching it. I'm not going to go toe-to-toe with you guys on play-by-play action. I'm really good at like late 70s, early 80s rec league soccer and maybe 14-year-old girls soccer right now in my life, but I really do love watching it. But to be in that stadium with fans from all over the world and just watching these elite players play at a level that you rarely see here, it was stunning. It was stunning. And MetLife Stadium looked beautiful. I had so many people come up to say, Mikey, this is such a beautiful stadium. And they've really done a fantastic job with the pitch. It looks gorgeous. The stands are just full of, some, depending on who you're playing. I remember the Brazil-Morocco game, half the stands are yellow, half are red. It just was a beautiful experience.
It's incredible to see New Jersey getting the respect it deserves because New Jersey is one of the soccer hotbeds here in America, and we are so grateful to have one of our own here. Someone you know very well, Tony Meola, is part of the Golazo network. He's from, as he always says, the great state of New Jersey. What's it been like seeing New Jersey residents, former players, and just everyone involved who are Jersey strong really lift up the state to be part of the global spotlight?
Well, if this gig doesn't work out for you, I'm putting you on our tourism board because thank you.
Thank you.
I love everything about that question. That's awesome. Yes, Tony Meola is a soccer great. He is somebody from my generation that really lifted soccer up in our last World Cup in '94, and I think brought it to a new level here in the States. I think that's what the World Cup can do in the United States, is really bring soccer to a level, a different level as we continue to grow out our programs. And now we're in a much different place. As Tony would probably tell you, when I was playing rec league, and I put a picture of it up online, and I was cracking up. I'm wearing, for some reason, an Oxford shirt and jeans in my soccer. I don't know if I thought I was going to go play or what, but I was coached by dads who'd never played soccer before. And so for Tony to sort of bring that excitement to the World Cup, and, he's just a fantastic player, but with Carney, which we call Soccer Town USA, thanks to him, it really brought the state to a next level. I think so many players would tell you, some of the younger players, soccer greats, would say they were inspired by him and what he was able to bring. And New Jersey really is the epicenter of soccer in so many ways. And I think, once again, having the World Cup final here, you're going to see a whole new generation of kids who 20 years from now are going to say they were inspired by some of the greats they see on the pitch in this World Cup.
Yeah, definitely. We're talking about this great state of New Jersey. There's still 6 more matches in the World Cup to be hosted at MetLife. So exciting. How do you recommend people who are going to the games get to those games? What would you recommend to them?
The easiest way to get in and out of the stadium is on that the train, in and out, the New Jersey Transit. You can catch it at Newark Penn Station. You can catch it at New York Penn Station. You can catch it at Secaucus. That's the easiest way to just get right in and out of the stadium. There are also, Uber is also a partner, and they have, that is another way to get in and out of the stadium. Those are really the two easiest, best ways to get in and out. And I really welcome everyone. I got to tell you, and if you have time, stop by one of our great delis, stop by a fan zone. If you're going to a game, but you don't have tickets to all of them, stop by a fan zone, check it out. New Jersey truly is a fantastic place.
Governor Cheryl, what I heard you just say is that you're going to see Morning Footy. You're going to invite Morning Footy, the desk, out to the World Cup final. We're going to go have one of your famous deli sandwich in the great state of New Jersey.
I love this idea.
That's what I just heard you say, right?
I love it. I love it. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it.
Of course. Thank you very much for joining us, Mikey. Lovely to see you.
Have a great one.
OK, then, everybody, that was the governor of New Jersey joining Morning Footy. We are going to be taking a quick break here. We've got much more coming up on the other side.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me.
Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events.
It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others, but they're not like us. We need to get out of here now.
Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt. What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gotta blow! Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
I wanted to go to my training session today. The soccer field took the bike, but I don't know why. But I struggled a little bit. The Knicks are too strong this year. Even the parade is massive. It's massive.
Well, Thomas Muller has been hanging out in New York City. I think he's doing, World Cup coverage in the city. And What, you didn't realize the Knicks had the parade on Thursday? But it doesn't matter because he was ready to jump in. Look at him jumping in and joining all the Knicks fans. People were already out ready for the parade at like 2:30 a.m. that morning. So you know that the parade was insane.
Gang, I love this.
Anyone of you guys make it out to the parade?
Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5.
I wanted to go so bad. I had to work and I was deep in Brooklyn, so I wasn't able to make it in time, but I have such FOMO, but it just looked insane. Also crazy, he even tried to bike through the city to go anywhere.
Sensational scenes, man. Sensational scenes. They deserve it.
I'm in my field seeing this.
Absolutely incredible. And
I'm sad.
Why are you sad?
I'm a Spurs fan.
You are?
Get over that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Let it go, bro. You be back. This is the next moment. It's the New York state of mind.
Why are you Debbie Downer today? Every time we have something good, you got to come up with something.
Not bad, man.
Break it down.
No, don't come.
Knicks in 5. That's what we do around here. Knicks in 5.
All right. Well, it is Footy Kit Friday, and since you are the oddball out, what do you got on? But explain it because I like what you're wearing.
So this is a Cabo Verde kit, and as I said it before, one of the best stories we've seen at the World Cup. One of the most inspiring goalkeepers we've seen at the World Cup. I'm on Team Vozinha, and I think we're getting positive news. He had a monumental display against Spain, and he had to do it without his mom in the stands. And I know family is what we're all about, and I think there's positive news that his mom could actually be coming to the World Cup to see his son play, or her son play at the World Cup. So I've been to Cabo Verde. I think they're the most beautiful people on planet Earth, the best people right now at the World Cup. So
you know what? That is your answer for whoever Marcus Crum is in the YouTube comment section. Say no U.S. jersey for Lahoud. There's your answer.
Oh, man. Okay, now
There's your answer.
At Marcus Crum.
Someone find this guy. I think he might be closer than we think.
Marcus, I got you. I'm gonna live tweet as well.
All right. The rest of us do have U.S. kits, JD.
Yes.
This is one of the new ones from this year.
The same way that Mike wants to see what he can do with the governor and the political positions. I'm making sure I get my immigration status sorted while I'm here. Yeah, I repped Christian Pulisic last week.
You did?
And now I'm here again, Team USA, letting them know I'm right here. Stars and the stripes.
I've seen you in more American kits than I have in English.
You know what time it is?
Do you have an English kit?
Probably not.
In the latter part of the tournament, yeah. See how the group stage works out first. But I'm here, man, representing. I like it as well.
I love it.
It's good, isn't it?
Darian?
I went with a U.S. kit, but I do have Naomi Girma on.
Love it.
Yeah, I had to get my girl on there. It's Juneteenth. I'm still rocking with the men.
4 stars.
Yes, come on.
Come on.
Love it. And I have a Adidas throwback. This isn't one of the official jerseys, but it's a throwback to the '94 World Cup kit. This had to be the best U.S. kit to ever exist. So we'll see if they.
Then as well.
Yeah, I should have done a little something.
I thought you were talking about.
No. I should have done something with
putting that in a ponytail. You know what time it is.
All right. Well, Hannah. Oh, Hannah, you also do have a U.S. national team kit on.
You also twerking for immigration. That's why. You smart. You twerking for immigration. She's smart. I understand the game, Hannah. I'm there with you, right next to you.
Another Brit on the show who I've yet to see wear an England kit.
City girls up. I see you.
I actually don't have an England. I've never owned an England kit.
Yeah, because it's only latter part of the tournament, Hannah. You know, make sure we got immigration status.
I'll bring in my England kit in the semis.
There you go. In the semis. You see that first half?
I won't be wearing my US kit in the semis. Oh gosh! All right, well we'll support them today, everyone. Should we get to the headlines, everyone?
Yes, we should.
Off with some World Cup news. One of today's matches is Brazil taking on Haiti in Philadelphia, but one player who won't be taking part is Neymar. The star playmaker has been ruled out as he continues to recover from the calf injury he suffered before the World Cup. Carlo Ancelotti confirmed Neymar's absence, but would not confirm who will start for Brazil at striker. Manchester United's Matheus Cunha is reportedly the favourite to start up top after Igor Thiago's struggles against Morocco. But there is growing support for Endrick to get the call. Lahoud, if you're Don Carlo, would you start Cunha or Endrick?
It's simple. You have to start Endrick. You can only avoid the obvious for this Brazilian national team where they're missing something in the final third, especially up top. And I said this before, when the obvious is looking you in the face, it doesn't matter if you're Pep Guardiola, Carlo Ancelotti, Sir Alex Ferguson. At some point, especially on the international level, you have to reward a player who is desperate to change the game. I'm shocked that he didn't even give him a minute against Morocco.
Yeah.
a Morocco team that easily could have beaten Brazil. And if you're Carlo Ancelotti, I don't care what the contract says, you got the contract extension. The Brazilian public, me, all of us, hopefully, are demanding that Endrick has to play. So for me, it's Endrick or bust.
Yeah, a big decision ahead of their game today against Haiti. Everybody, let's move over to some news around one of the higher profile names at the World Cup. A French court has ruled this morning that Moroccan star Achraf Hakimi will stand trial to face rape accusations that first surfaced 3 years ago. Hakimi appealed against the charges going to trial, but the French court determined there was sufficient evidence to justify a trial. And Hakimi addressed this morning's court ruling in a social media statement issued that said in part, quote, "Today, a story that isn't mine is being told at the expense of my family, my life, and above all, the truth." He added, "I've been waiting for this day, this trial since day one, and now I'm looking forward to it. Finally, I'll be able to speak out." Why don't we shift over to some news in club football? We have a player signings and coaching moves to get to. Tottenham completed the $69 million signing of Brighton defender Jan-Paul van Hecke. Liverpool completed the transfer for Spanish World Cup forward Victor Munoz from Osasuna. The London City Lionesses have signed Mary Earps, and Inter Milan have rewarded Christian Chivu for his Serie A title win with a contract extension. In some other club soccer news, let's move over to England. The Premier League schedule for the upcoming season was released this morning. Reigning champion Arsenal begin their title defence against newly promoted Coventry City at the Emirates on August 21st. Also, Arsenal will face a Pep Guardiola-less Manchester City on November 28th. And here are some other notable matches to look out for. Newly promoted Hull City will host Manchester United on opening weekend. Xabi Alonso begins his tenure with Chelsea on August 24th against Fulham. The first Manchester derby of the season takes place on September 12th, and Andoni Iraola faces his former club Bournemouth when Liverpool visits on September 19th. Iraola and Liverpool will also play the first Merseyside derby of the season on November 28th. JD, the Premier League season will be here before you know it. Looking at that list of matches, what one are you looking forward to the most?
Birthday weekend, I get a Merseyside derby, and Arsenal versus Man City is always going to be fun from a personal context, of course. That's always going to be a load of fun. But I also am excited to see Coventry return to the big time. Like, I do remember Coventry at the turn of the century, how good they were. They had the Moroccan brothers. I know they're not actually brothers, but they actually dazzled the Premier League, or it was the Premiership at that time when they first come in. And Coventry, that sky blue kit has always been infamous and had some great players. Robbie Keane, just to name a few. And champions versus champions, I think, has a great a great little analogy when we're talking about opening up a season. The Premier League champions versus the Championship champions, and seeing Frank Lampard on the sideline would be fun. I'm looking forward to Coventry versus Arsenal. Definitely am.
Lahoud, you've got Hull City versus Man U opening day. Yeah,
look, as excited as I am just to see this new project with Michael Carrick, I'm going to go back to that Arsenal-Coventry City match.
There we go. What are we saying?
What? Haji Wright to score against the Gunners. I'm just going to put this out there. Haji Wright to score against Arsenal.
He gets one prediction right all week, and then all of a sudden, all these predictions are coming out of nowhere. No, Haji Wright.
I'm just going to put it out there.
Okay, all right, say less. Say less.
6-1.
Hannah, question for you. How big is this Premier League season for Villa and Maddie?
Yeah, huge. I think coming off that trophy, they've kind of done what they've always wanted to do. It'll be interesting to see how many players go back, because you've got the World Cup. We'll have to see what happens after the World Cup. There's rumours always swirling around about Emi Martinez, isn't there? Yeah. Morgan Rogers, if he has a good World Cup, will he go back to Villa? You know, all of those questions. So they could look like a different squad. So it'll be very interesting to see how they come off the back of that trophy.
I tell you, see, they tried to give me a Matty joke in my ear about his hair in my ear, but I'm not going to do that to Matty. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because I like Matty. I think Matty's a great guy and great smile, great hair, and everything else that goes with it. But what I will say is Hannah actually alludes to something in terms of the return times because of the World Cup as well. The start of a lot of these Premier League teams is going to be interesting because I don't know how many is actually going to have full-strength squads and how many extended holidays are going to be given to players that, for example, Declan Rice, who's had 60 games on his leg from this year already. Like, there's got to be a management in terms of the minutes. And so don't be surprised if you see some surprises at the beginning of the season for teams that are causing some upsets.
Yeah, the season starts 1 week later. I know that's not a whole lot of time. It does start 1 week later than usual because of the World Cup, but we'll have to see.
Love that. All right. Well, Darian, just so you know, someone in the comments saying Darian Jenkins, I run with Naomi Girma. Yeah, there we go. An appreciation for the jersey. And the journey. Thank you. And the journey. All right, guys, let's go to a quick break. Much more Morning Footy, 48 Nations coming up for you on the other side.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now. Open your eyes.
Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt. What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Today, we are celebrating Juneteenth, a federal holiday commemorating the end of slavery in the United States. The Emancipation Proclamation formally ended slavery in 1863, but it took 2 years for that news to reach every corner of the country, culminating in celebrations in Texas on June 19, 1865. Juneteenth has been celebrated by African Americans for more than 160 years since and was formally recognized as a federal holiday in 2021. Now, Darian, you recently did something on social media as part of the Black Women's Player Collective. I saw they did a feature on you, and in that you spoke about how your position and where you are as a former player and now getting to be on camera, you use that as a platform to be able to make your voice heard and to be able to help the next generations moving forward.
Yes, thank you. I'm honored to be part of the BWPC. We started this in 2020, and now I'm on the board for the BWPC. And we're actually running a campaign for the 19 days so far to Juneteenth for the BWPC, just to help donate and help increase representation and opportunity for young players of color in sport to have the opportunity. And thank you for what you said, because yes, I wish that I had us on TV when I was growing up and watching football, or had someone like myself to look up to on the pitch. And now we have Triple Espresso as our U.S. Women's National team. Like, these are the things that Juneteenth is about, celebrating how far we've come and really to just cheer on the platform that we have now. And I mean, I'm super honored to be here on Morning Footy, and it looks like this today.
JD, I first of all, thank you for what you
100%.
said. And I know that this is really unique. It's not by chance that we're all here or happenstance. You know, I think we're proud to be here. And Claudia, that includes you too.
Yes.
You're with us. But hey, JD, I know that today means a lot to you. And I know that even with being from England, you are so passionate about diversity, inclusion, and equality?
I just think when I look at my journey, I always give flowers to my parents and my grandparents for being brave enough in terms of their own journeys from the Caribbean and making it to England and all the rest of it. And also, I have siblings, obviously, that are from America, so it's always meant something to me. I walk around with Malcolm and I have Martin on my arm because I'm very proud of my colour. I'm very proud of where we come from. I'm very proud in terms of the journey that we've been on as a race, as a collective. And I always say something that was drilled into me very early, that emancipation might have been given at this date, but understand that you were a king and a queen before so. And that journey in terms of who we are and the trajectory we've been through as people, I think it's just shaped us. Like, I look at the empathy, I look at the love, I look at the culture, I look at the way that we're proud of who we are. And I always say that it's all just a part of our journey as a collective. And it's always about expressing it. Now, Claudia, you haven't got to know that black people are very proud in terms of expressing who they are and where they're from. But I always say that this is an incredible moment for us as a collective. So if my mum is watching, which she watches pretty much every morning, love you, Mum. Appreciate you so much for the journey and what you put into me, because one of the first lessons she installed in me is I remember going when I was younger to a summer camp. You know, all my friends are like playing out and they get to go to different things like sporting schools and football schools and all the rest of it. My mum sent me to an educational summer school, and it was to understand as to where you come from and who you are and all of the leaders that have paved the way, so that whenever you go off to do what you do, you recognise in terms of the journey that people have paved for yourself. So I always pay homage to the people that have paid homage for me to allow me to be in this space. And a massive shout out to Stuart Scott, because I wouldn't be where I am today, rest in peace, if I wasn't inspired by a man halfway across the world that was very proud to be a black man on TV.
Yeah, Lahoon, look at this, I'm going to say desk, these sofas today, the set that we have today, truly a very diverse cast on TV. And
with a Lux on and everything. Look at your room, why?
We got braids.
Yeah, everything. Afro shaped perfectly.
You talk about it. I have such a different perspective. If you'd asked me last year, a couple years ago, I would have definitely thought about it from an us perspective, but I think of my daughter.
Yeah.
You know, being a new dad, I think of her when she looks up at the TV and she sees you, Darian, when she looks up at the TV and she sees us, JD. And I want to thank you for something, because every single person at this network has contributed to my family's well-being, and we've suffered loss to the point of getting here with our daughter, and we're here now. And you said something really touching to me. I don't know if you remember it, but it was to the extent of you thought about Layla, and you thought of role models for Layla, from the way she does her hair to the beautiful Adidas kicks that you gave us that I can't wait for her to come in studio and show them off. But I'm really happy that my daughter, Layla, gets to have role models like you. Because she needs that. She needs that. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. You've been such a great ambassador for both the men's and the women's game, and you are becoming an ambassador and a role model for my daughter, so thank you.
You are definitely a queen, man. Yeah, for real. You inspire so many girls around the world, and you definitely deserve your flowers today.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much, Mike. That meant the world.
My dog as well, by the way. Mike, don't leave me hanging.
I mean it.
Incredible. I hope you guys all understand. And it's not just today. You guys deserve to be celebrated every single day.
You too,
Diversity,
Claudia.
thank you. Latinos everywhere. Diversity, truly, it truly is important to have. All right, we're going to take a quick break here. Much more Morning Footy, 48 Nations coming up.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others, but they're not like us. We need to get out of here now.
Open your eyes. Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Tell me, can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt. What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad would want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Well, maybe even more than the action itself, supporters have taken center stage this summer for the World Cup. And surely you have seen this one on your feeds. Thousands of Norwegian supporters in stands, at parks, at bars, going up escalators, all doing the Viking row in unison. The city of Boston was taken over by the celebrations while the Norway team played Iraq last week. And now the Norwegians are taking their talents to the New York, New Jersey area. And while they're making their journey a little south, we're excited to bring in one of the leaders of the supporter section, Ole Froistad, otherwise known as Mr. Row, who has made his way into our studios.
Hey.
Look at this.
Leave with it, rock with it. I'm telling you.
Ole, you guys have been getting a lot of love this city of Boston. I have never had more FOMO. How has everything been from your perspective?
It's been insane in Boston.
Yeah?
It's been so fun. And for us Norwegians, we've waited for this for 28 years. We're loving it. And we're having a good time with the Scottish people as well.
Yeah, I can imagine. Two incredible groups. So what is it for the Norwegian fans? You guys have a WhatsApp group? How are you guys planning all these meetups in a row? This is coordination here.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the Oljeberget, which is the name of the supporter group, they're so good at all of that stuff and planning and communicating through WhatsApp, Messenger, Facebook, all of that stuff. And Instagram. What's the reception like back home? Like, are your friends and your family back home seeing the energy you're creating here? They are, yeah. Yeah. They're like, what are you doing over here? You look like a fool. No, I'm just kidding. They're supportive. It's good. It's good.
That's what we love here.
Now, I remember we covered the friendly between Norway and Sweden. I just got to dap you up because you guys hammered Sweden at home. I loved everything I saw from it. But that was the first time I saw the rowing. And I saw the coordination. So take us back through it. What went into this? And just how much of this is an insight in Norwegian culture?
Oh, well, the rowing goes way back. I mean, we could go way back to the Viking era. You know, they took in their sails, they put out their oars, went into shore, and they did that right before battle. So it kind of fits with the national team, like we're going into battle. Let's get to work and let's row. So that's kind of what it symbolizes, plus a lot more. Do you know how good this is? Like, honestly, we did a blind ranking yesterday in terms of the fans that have been kind of giving us the best sort of viral moments. And I feel like we disrespect. I think we had them at 2.
No, Norway was top 2, along with the Scottish.
Yeah, but now I'm here. I'm not going to lie. I feel like we should remix it. I feel like Norway might be 1. I need Scotland to show me something different because this right here is original.
But this is the beautiful thing. Out in Boston, we had the Norwegians, we had the Scottish, and we had the Haitians. How was it? Did you guys all kind of blend together and kind of mix it together, all the fan groups?
Yes, it was a big blend. It was just everybody's mixed and high-fiving, hugging, partying, jumping, rowing, drinking. So it's such a good time.
You have fans rowing while you hear the bagpipes in the back and the Haitians with the goats? Was it the Haitians with the goats? Or maybe that was Golazo, I can't remember. Someone had the goats, but absolutely incredible. What are you guys planning next? Because now the next game is what, Monday? New York, New Jersey? What are the fan groups planning now?
It's on Tuesday.
Okay, Tuesday.
My head is spinning. I'm still jet lagged, but I think it was Tuesday. I think
Monday.
Monday, thank you. So yeah,
don't miss the game. Don't miss the game.
I know. So yeah, it's happening on Monday, and we're excited.
Yeah?
We're really excited.
Give me the expectations on the field, because a lot of us tipped you guys to be the dark horse because what you did in qualification was amazing. But coming to the World Cup, 28 years is a long time to wait for anything. So what do you want in terms of what would be a successful tournament in your minds?
Ooh, the gold.
Okay. Oh, you want we want our hands on the I like that. Yeah.
No, I mean we just want to get through the group stage, and I think if we do, I think everything can happen. And I think the boys at the field need to warm up and get used to this atmosphere, because when we played the friendly against Morocco, you could see that they were so nervous at the start, like making some passes to different players that went to the other team, bad touches all over the place, and I'm like, this is not the guys. I mean, you could clearly see that they were so nervous. So we gotta, support them anyways and just understand that it's a lot of pressure.
It is. It is.
Now, we know at World Cups, fan culture rules the world, and it's a big thing that we celebrate here in North America. I know that the stadium isn't the only thing you guys are going to be rocking out. Are you guys going to be doing anything in New York City, maybe in the area, to help set the tone?
He just wants to pull up. That's basically
exactly. I'll be there.
You're welcome to come.
Yeah.
We are. Yes, we're planning a boat trip.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll be there. Can you give us some more details?
I'm not sure. I think it's the day before the game. And the Norwegian Soccer Association is going to be there. Olje Berge, the supporter group for the national team, and a lot of other people. And then we're just having fun on the boat, and I think we're going to do some rowing there as well. And then I'm actually trying to get a row going in at Times Square to see how many people we could gather there tonight, actually, at 8 p.m. at the Red Steps.
You'll see us 3, 5 there. Hannah, Darian, you guys are coming as well.
Yes. You think that could work?
I mean, yeah, we can make it work.
JD, you're a city guy. You live in New York City right now. Yeah. Where else would you want to see the row? What is seen in Times Square? What else would be iconic?
Times Square. I don't want to upset anybody, but like if they could.
Where else do we want to see the row?
I want to see the Viking hats everywhere. As many places as possible, as many monuments as possible. Anywhere near Brooklyn Bridge is good, right? Any place near the Statue of Liberty if you want to be ambitious would be great. See, you like it?
I was waiting to see if you'd say that.
Statue of Liberty would be good. That would be good. I just feel like if you could leave as many Viking hats around the city as possible, almost like an Easter egg hunt, then we can know that at least the Norwegians were here.
We were trying to get Viking hats, and I think they're all sold out. We couldn't get them.
Everybody loves them.
Yeah.
It was even hard to get them in Norway.
Wow.
Yeah. It was.
Listen, you know what we're going to do? All of us are going to pull up. We do have a talent member here, Ian Joy, who's Scottish. He'll bring the beer.
Yeah.
And there we go.
Left.
Maybe there isn't here.
Gotcha.
So I want to make sure, because I understood that I struggled with the food when I first arrived here. How did you kind of settle with the food? I know the Norwegian team bought their own food, right? Because they didn't trust the processed food here. Sorry to take shots at everybody else American, but how have you kind of handled the food? Has it been okay?
It's been okay, but I do like our fish and our brown cheese,
Brown cheese?
What's brown cheese?
What?
I'm about to put you on the same question mark list. What's happening here? Brown cheese?
It is actually some goat cheese, but it is cheese that's brown.
Yeah.
That
We'll miss the brown cheese. We'll miss the brown cheese.
We had food in yesterday, so that means at some point production, we're gonna need to get some brown cheese.
We need some brown cheese?
Hey, how'd you add it? You're gonna try
I
it
don't think
first.
we need the brown cheese. I think we're good over here.
Let's have a brown cheese party.
All right, well, obviously, to end this, you got to lead us through the row.
Yes.
We need to learn so that we can be doing this all around New York City as well. So I'm going to put this down. Darian, Hannah, you guys need to get involved
Wait,
here.
are you not going to bring your boy in as well, who walked in looking like Erling Haaland? Yeah. Where's your friend that looked like Erling Haaland when he came in? By the way, I don't know what's happening in the Scandinavian region.
All right,
look at there he goes. Come in here. Let's go.
Get in, man.
Tell me Norwegians aren't as big as advertised. Jeez. Where do they find these guys? Jeez.
Okay. How do we do this?
He's my cousin and my amazing cameraman.
Oh, okay. Get your production credit. So how are we doing this?
Okay, so when we do the row, it starts with 2 hits on this drum, like that.
Beat on top.
Everybody pulls.
All right, I think, should we sit? I think we're going to sit on the floor. All right, let's go. Let's go.
We get
Facing this. Let's go this
Yes,
way.
face this way. I want you guys to
Is it a height restriction thing?
Give me 2 rows.
Okay, double rows.
2 rows? 2 rows? Yeah.
Okay.
She's so
this.
I'm ready. All right.
So I'm going to sit here as well, and I hit this. While you guys wait, you put your hands out like
I
this.
shouldn't really row in here.
And lean your back forward.
Okay.
Bam, bam.
With it. Rock with it.
Okay.
But you have to say roo, not roll.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. There we go. It's perfect.
All right, we ready?
Ready?
We're ready.
Let's go, Captain.
All right, let's go.
Hey.
This is so good.
We got quicker.
Teammates.
Oh my God. Claudia nearly knocked my teeth out. Claudia was the best rower.
I've been waiting for this since I knew that you were coming in.
You're the best rower, and you get.
Thank you very much. I'm ready to lead everybody in Times Square tonight, 8 p.m. I'm ready.
Let's go.
To see these 2 here. All right.
Last night.
I can't tell you how excited she is to have that hat on her head. She is so excited.
All right, guys, I'm not giving this back, so you're going to have to get a new one. 8 p.m. Times Square. We'll see all of you guys there to do the Viking row. But we are going to take a quick break here on Morning Footy. Much more Morning Footy 48 Nations coming out on the other side.
Oh my God.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in 2 worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now.
Open your eyes. Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money. What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
A day many in the country have been waiting for. The United States is hosting a World Cup match on American soil.
Feels like I'm gonna play. I'm butterflies. The belief is back.
Kelly, we're told that you have already done a Jello shot. We're an hour away from the game kicking off.
All right,
the festivities have already begun.
Early. I want you guys to be so loud that everyone in this country realizes they're missing the greatest party in the country. Let's go!
Their first ever performance at a World Cup, which features 4 goals scored. Absolutely extraordinary stuff.
They went out and put out a performance that they should be very proud of. I'm very proud of them, and I'm really excited about Australia. Let's bring those Socceroos on.
Kelly, how you doing down there?
I have some fans with me right now. How are you guys feeling today? How's the confidence? After tonight, where do you guys think the U.S. go in this tournament?
All the way, baby! We're bringing it home!
See? Confidence very high out here.
Well, the U.S. men's national team is back in action today for match day 2 of the group stage, and they are taking on Australia. The Socceroos, who beat Turkey in their first match. It all goes down at 3 p.m. Eastern. There is so much coming up on Paramount Plus today. Excuse me, I was rowing too hard in the last segment. At 1:30 p.m. Eastern, the Call It What You Want crew will take over a 90-minute pregame show. The Call It guys and Australia's most hated man, Mike Grella, are in studio along with Charlie Davies up in Boston at Timeout Market, Boston, to mingle with supporters. Then the same group, I'm so sorry guys, the same group will have reactions directly after the match at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's Golazo match night. Adam Hunt, Jen Beattie, and Ian Joy lead you into Brazil versus Haiti and look ahead to Scotland versus Morocco later in the night. Scoreline will cover it all at 11:30.
Yeah, and the U.S. M&T coach, Mauricio Pochettino, is definitely having a good time. And I would be too after that match against Paraguay. I mean, Poch, is this Dog Week?
Was that Drake?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Is this Dog Week? Poch loves everything. He's got the vibes, he's got the pups, and he's also got the mindset. Why not us? So why not the U.S.?
All right, thank you for taking that over.
Yeah.
I went way too hard in the rowing. All right, so this incredible Mauricio Pochettino moment with the IG story. Hey, why not us? Truly, it leads us into our Geico Feel Good moment. Presented by Geico, it feels good to Geico. U.S. is feeling pretty good after their first match day, JD, where they were able to beat Paraguay. So let's bring up the vibe meter and see where you think that the U.S. fall on the vibe meter right now, heading into their second game against Australia.
Girl, you got that. Show me it. Let's go with the vibe. vibe. Let's go with the vibes. I like the fact that the vibes are high right now in the USA. I think that what they've done, they set off their mark in the tournament in the correct way. So I actually think they're cooking. I actually really do believe they're cooking. Because I've always said, within the momentum of a tournament, what you want to do is make sure you start off right? Which obviously gets the confidence, it gets the outside noise, it gets the casuals involved. And then after that, you can start now exploring in terms of what you want to do. Your best 11, your formations, who you trust in terms of certain situations, and also your rotations. And I just believe that Mauricio Pochettino did everything right in that first game. The intensity was right, the creativity was right, the key players turned up. You had a moment from Christian Pulisic, of course, Flo Balogun, starting his career right in terms of in the World Cup. I just believe that the vibes right now is where you want it to be. Am I where Mauricio Pochettino is and daring to dream? I'm not quite there as of yet, but you can still see I'm twerking for my immigration rights. So I'm making sure that, I'm still cooking in the right way.
A lot of twerking in the studio today, no?
I mean, there's been a lot going on today. There's been a lot going on today. There's been some rowing, there's been some Drake. Yeah.
I thought we were supposed to be a little bit more elevated on Morning Footy during the World Cup coverage, but we got twerking, we got food, we got dogs, we got
12 hours
rowing.
of consistent content. That's what they say.
We've got to have fun.
12 hours.
We've got to have fun. All right. Well, of course, I love that you're in cooking, but I want to know exactly maybe how much it would change if potentially Christian Pulisic isn't in the match tonight, because there has been some doubts as to whether he will be fit enough to be able to be part of the match tonight. So let's take a listen to what Mauricio Pochettino himself had to say about this.
He's evolving. He's much better from Friday. We'll see. I think at the moment we'll see if he's not available for tomorrow, will be available for the next game. But I think he's doing a massive effort, trying to be ready. I think for every single player that loves that country, it's an amazing opportunity to enjoy and to help the team to perform and to win games. When this type of thing happen, always is painful. But I think Christian is strong and with great mentality, and is doing a fantastic effort to try to be ready as soon as possible.
So, Lahoud, what potentially could the U.S. look like if they don't have Christian Pulisic? Walk us through some moments.
Yeah, look, I want to see this Christian Pulisic that we saw in the first match. I actually want to see the Christian Pulisic that we've seen since the friendly with Senegal. And we're going to go under Lahoud to see exactly what they have with Christian Pulisic when he's healthy.
Okay, graphics.
And this is going to be... Thank you. Graphics team's been busy, the World Cup edition. But this is the match against Senegal. And this is what I love about this new version of Christian Pulisic. Christian Pulisic playing in this 3-4-3 system, he's going to occupy the half spaces. And these are spaces he occupies when he plays for Milan in Serie A, but I just love as we bring him into the frame. Look at who's he connected with. Jedi connected with Pulisic. And also, this is going to be Flo Balogun. It's Ricardo Pepi here. There's about a 10-yard space between all three of them, and they're interconnected. And the cash money event of it is, we go back just a half second here. Look at Christian's just vision. He's constantly looking over his shoulder, looking, where's the striker? Where's Flo? Where's Flo? He wants to make sure that chemistry is there. And when Ricardo Pepi gets there, I love, yet again, he knows where space is. Christian doesn't want the ball just to feed. He's already pointing there, because you could drive a Mac 10 truck through that space that Senegal leaves, and then Christian's going to go and sniff out the space here. And as we roll the tape, he does such a good job. And when he gets in the box, JD, top players always have their head up into the final end product there, because this is Serginho Dest that's going to run in. That could be anyone there. That could be Weston McKennie in this game against the Aussies, and bang. That's what we like to see from Christian and the U.S. men's national team. Now, one thing that he's done is the work rate that he brings.
Yeah.
And a Christian Pulisic that brings work rate is a U.S. men's national team that brings intensity and energy. This is Christian and Joshua Kimmich. Now, the space there with him and Joshua Kimmich is very, very small. It's about 2 yards. So the difference between 2 yards and 1 yard, Darian, you know this as an attacking player, that's the fine margins at the World Cup, because 2 yards there, your job's done. You're thinking, okay, I did my job, but Christian wants to go in more, and just looking at how he shuffles his feet, I love it. You asked for Swan to see that dog in him, JD. This is that dog. Look at how many German players are back. 1, 2, 3 players back. Right here, he's got Flo running in behind, but he wants to be the main man. And I just love the selfishness that he shows. I love the intensity he plays with. It doesn't come off there, but he was doing this time and time again. And it was his play against Paraguay that set up the first goal of being direct, being ruthless. And when we see the average positions in the first half, I go back to what I said. Flo Balogun here, and at times Christian started here, but he would come into this half spaces, and it gave Jedi the license to bomb forward as well. But Mauricio Pochettino has a well-oiled machine right now in the past 3 games with how he has the U.S. set up.
I just love the fact that, the eye test told me that Christian Pulisic was full of confidence in that first half. And then I love it when the stats team told me in my ear that he had completed the most amount of dribbles under his tenure, of course, under Mauricio Pochettino in that first half. That tells me that he has the confidence, and most importantly, the managers have put him in positions to be successful. Like where Christian is running at you, where Christian is able to turn around and create chances, whether that means over either shoulder, whether that means coming inside, or of course occupying the positions where he's got chalk on the touchline, that's where he's going to be most dangerous. But what I love about this team is, I know the focus is on Captain Pulisic, or Captain America as we call him, but like, he isn't the only focal point.
Yeah.
And there is a number of players that can impact this team and even interchange and come straight into this 11 and have the same role as him and understand the assignment. What I like about him is that he understands what the manager wants from him, which is that intensity, to be almost the plug, the person that kind of triggers the press. And he does that so well.
But I think the big difference is as well that we're seeing in the last few games under Mauricio Pochettino, especially with Pulisic, because he is the leader. He is the player that sets that mentality tone, and it's not just Tyler Adams anymore. The fact that he's pressing, that he's not just making the first move for the ball, he's reading where everyone else's movement is going and then exploiting space. I think we see him do that more so with Milan, and now we're seeing him do it again with the national team. And that, to me, was the biggest X factor, that mentality of, hey, I didn't get the ball this first move. I'm not getting the ball now. I'm going to press. I'm going to move as much as I can. And then it's just such an asset to the U.S. and I think everybody else around him that wants to play to the level that he has. And that was, to me, why they ultimately got that win.
Yeah, now the question becomes, who is potentially going to replace Christian if he doesn't suit up for this match? And I'm going to tee it up for both of you, because I already have my mind made up of who I want to see.
I already know who I want to see.
But do either of you have a player that you think is right to step up?
Oh, no, Darian.
Yes. Why? Are you kidding?
Tell me why. Go on.
He comes in, he plays, 8 minutes in that game? We talked about having young players that have the audacity to come in on the pitch, that are kind of fearless of making mistakes, that are going to have sort of that swagger on the pitch. He has that. He did that in 8 minutes. His confidence is high. He's done well under Poch. And if you give him, I mean, maybe he's not playing a 90. I don't know if he's 90 minutes fit, but give him 60, 70. Let this player who's going to play against, I think, a deeper Australian back line, who likes to play in pockets, who's creative, he's the guy. He just came off scoring a brilliant goal.
I can't deny anything that Dia said, right? She's right in terms of the confidence is high. If you ask Gio Reyna and put him on a lie detector test, he'd probably tell you, I'm the best player in this team, because that's the level of confidence that he has internally about himself.
Yeah.
But the only thing I would say is, I love Malik Tillman. I love the spaces that he finds. I love how he's creative in terms of just his thinking. There are a lot of players that play the game, and there's some players that think the game. His industry off the ball is fantastic, but his touches when he has it, I think really separates. See that little interchange you just saw when we went underneath the hood? Is it underneath the hood?
Under the hood, yeah.
Where you was the interchange between Pepe and Pulisic and what they were able to do down the left-hand side. I watched Malik Tillman do something very similar where he makes those direct runs, and the little interchange where he had that first touch, we kind of laid it behind. That told me how much his brain is thinking far ahead of a lot of the other people that's on the pitch. I just think he could be really dangerous with a low block against Australia, but either answer's right. She's not happy. She's not happy.
No, she's not.
This is the thing. I love that we have options now.
Yes.
I think that's something that we haven't had the champagne problems of. Well, we have 4 different players who can bring different elements to the game and problem solve. There hasn't always been that. So I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it.
I love that they're having this conversation, because one of the players that really stood out was Malik Tillman. Yeah. And he was actually playing in a deeper position. Yeah. And it's a conversation that I want to give this show credit for, because I think we were one of the first shows to actually talk about the perspective of him when he made the move to Bayer Leverkusen, that he can play as a deeper player, making that metronome feel and making forward passes. We saw it on the goal that Flo Balogun had. Yeah. Now, the thing for me, when it comes to this U.S. team, with Gio Reyna in there, the thing I want to see is this intensity maintained. Gio was aggressive, and it showed in the mentality shift we saw from Gio. But if you're Mauricio Pochettino, and Darian, I'm going to give you your flowers to talking about the champagne problems, you can actually get creative where you can put Malik Tillman in for Christian Pulisic, and you can bring Sebastian Berhalter in as well to fill in for the likes of Tillman in midfield. So there are options there, but I want to get my attackers, as many attackers in, because everything you both said, you got to get creative players in.
Another face that was on that graphic is a potential replacement, Brendan Aronson. No shout out there. We have a shout out in the comments of saying give Aronson a run. He's got that Leeds grit.
I like that. It's the same reason why I didn't really consider Weah. I think he needs space. To me, he's not a player that's the ultimate pocket player that can problem solve and is going to do the most creative things when you are dealing with pressure and you need to move really quickly. Yes, he's speedy, but to me, I think you need a little bit more of a dynamic player directly on the ball.
I agree. I think Aronson is better in transitions.
Yeah.
When they're going to be a counter-attacking team, the quality of the opposition is maybe a little bit higher. All due respect to Australia, I'm not Mike Grella. I'm not getting involved. I'm just saying, when the opposition's a little bit higher, you're going to be under the caution in elements of the game, and that requires people that can get up the pitch really quickly, both with and without the ball. And that's where I feel like someone like Brendan Aronson will be more effective. Today, you need creative players. You need players that can unlock, players that can think the game a little bit quicker than everybody else, and that's going to be able to find pockets of space around this 4, which turns into a 5 sometimes. It turns back into a 4. But these Australians know how to be compact. They're very disciplined, and they're not going to be easy to break down. So you need players that are going to be able to have a little bit of magic about them to unlock someone like Flo.
There's a lot of people in the comments that are still confident in the U.S. even without Christian Pulisic that we can beat the Australians. Someone saying they can beat the Aussies 3-0 without him. You going that far to say that U.S. could win 3-0 against Australia without Christian Pulisic?
Hey,
are we confident?
Don't sleep on the Aussies. One player that I want to also give as a wild card in this could be Zendejas. I've loved everything I've seen in the last 18 months at the club level. He's cooked. And if it wasn't for the injury scare that he had with the national team, I think we'd have more optimism about him. But as the game goes, he could be an impact sub to change the game.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I also like how flexible his formation can be, because this can go from being 3 at the back to 4 at the back. And you might need that today. You might just need a surprise that Australia aren't quite ready for tactically in order to just unlock them. And I believe it'll probably be 1 or 2 now.
Yeah. All right. Well, I love all the comments in the YouTube section, so make sure that you guys continue to stay locked in here as we continue bringing your thoughts and comments into our conversation. But we are going to take a quick break here. Much more Morning Footy 48 Nations coming up on the other side.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in 2 worlds.
There are others. But they're not like us. We need to get out of here. Now.
Open your eyes. Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it? A crowd
hit. Feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to Morning Footy, 48 Nations, everybody. We've got 4 games in the World Cup coming up later today, starting off with the US versus Australia at 3 p.m. Both sides won their opening matches, so a win for either of team will advance them to the round of 32. A bit later on, Scotland are looking to win more than one match in an international tournament for the very first time when they take on Morocco. Then Haiti are playing in their second World Cup. Tonight, they come up against one of the tournament giants in Brazil. They're competing at the competition for a 23rd time. Then finally, after both suffering defeats in their openers, Turkey and Paraguay will both be desperate for a win tonight in Santa Clara. So everybody, the 2026 World Cup is projected to be the largest betting event in history. So we've got Mackenzie in to talk about the best bets going into today's matches. So Mackenzie, what have you got for us?
I got a few. It's a Friday night. We can pay for the whole weekend if we really do this. Start today. We're going to start with USA-Australia, just a simple bet that everyone can get behind. This is an everybody have fun bet, right? Both teams to score. Obviously, we know the USA can score here. They obviously have been scoring thus far in the World Cup. You're talking about an Australia team that allowed 8 shots on goal with Turkey. Even though they didn't go in, we know there's opportunity there. Now, this price is around -1.2. It's starting to steam, right? We're starting to get more juice, meaning other people are catching on as to what could be. Why could Australia score? Because everybody scores against the U.S., right? I'll be the first to say it. Even back to 2025, they've only shut out 3 teams. 2 of them weren't even World Cup teams. So
Talk your talk, Mackenzie.
Listen, Team USA. Can the USA win? Obviously. Is it likely that they will give up a goal on the way, as they literally have done basically every single game since 2025? That I am willing to bet my money on as well. To go with that, though, Malik Tillman to score or assist. Now, he's plus money right now, plus 140. Obviously, we've been talking about Pulisic. If I can get somebody at plus money with the opportunity or chance that Pulisic gets hurt again, right? Maybe he doesn't play a lot of minutes. We're going to go down the board to someone like Tillman, who had 2 assists, or excuse me, a part of the goals the past 2 games. So again, a guy who's done it this past game, potentially without Pulisic, and we're getting plus money, while 2 other U.S. players aren't plus money. Just feels like the right guy to go for.
Yeah, love that, Mackenzie. I think we're going to have to interrupt the betting segment. We're bringing in Nico Cantor. He's coming in live with all the American fans. Nico, how is it?
Guys, this is what the World Cup is all about. The U.S. fans are loud. The U.S. fans are here in Seattle. I have a feeling today is going to be special, guys.
Have you heard much about Grella, Nico?
You don't see Grella over his shoulder?
Yo, listen. Guys, listen. It is Grella over my shoulder. It's Grella over here. Listen. I want to pick up the U.S. men's national team chants. Listen, I come from a culture where the chants are number 1. They're everything, and I'm pretty sure I have a little bit of authority to speak to this. So I'm gonna teach these guys a new chant. It's to the tune of "Come on, Chameleon." Okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, USA! Go USA! Go USA! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on,
He's jumping. It's a crazy vertical.
He was a goalkeeper.
Red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue.
This is awesome.
Go USA! Go USA! One more! Red, white, and blue. Red, white, and blue.
I love how Grella's face is just...
First of all, can we pay homage to Grella the legend? I see a number of Grella pictures and faces around here. USA.
Red, white, and
Let's go, baby.
Nico, wow.
USA! 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 USA!
God bless America, baby.
Nico, it's incredible.
Nico, how did you get Rey Mysterio to also join in the festivities over your shoulder? I don't know if he can hear. I can't hear anything.
USA!
He can't hear.
What time is it there?
I don't have a clue. It must be like so early in the morning. I'm gonna say 45. 8:45. Yay! Team Garmin, baby. 8:45.
8:45. Wow, Nico.
All right, guys. I'm shot.
Nico,
Not even 9 a.m.
you're going to the game later today, aren't you?
Oh.
You're going to the game?
Say it again.
You're going to the game?
Of course. What do you mean am I going to the game?
I know.
Oh, it's brilliant.
I can't get over it.
Rey Mysterio. I'm telling you, I love Rey Mysterio's here.
Can we also just acknowledge it says kangaroo sandwich?
Nico Cantor. My dog. Look, first of all, I'm so happy you are enjoying the time and the summer of your life. Can you grab a fan and tell us what a fan would feel in terms of the expectation going into this and the excitement of being in Seattle right now?
Yo, guys, what are you feeling about Seattle right now?
Amazing. Incredible atmosphere. There's people from everywhere. It's just the best place to be in the world.
USA Today, how are we feeling, baby?
Amazing. Pride to the country. Everybody out here supporting is awesome.
Come on, USA, how are we feeling?
Awesome, man. Gonna take it home today. Soccer brings everyone together, and we're loving the city. We love soccer.
Let's hear it.
Hey, USA 3-1 tonight!
People are hyped, JD. Listen, I do think today, from terms of support, you're going to see something that we've never seen before. Seattle has turned up.
Hey, I'm so happy for you, my brother. I'm so happy you're enjoying this moment.
Lovely
Live it
stuff,
up.
Nico.
Look after that voice, Nico. We need you for the whole tournament. Look after that voice.
And where we go, we'll follow, we'll follow, we'll follow. We support the U.S., the U.S., the U.S.
Give it right now. Come on.
Thank you, Nico.
Thank you, guys.
Pleasure.
I think we're going to be getting to a quick break now. We've got much more Morning Footy, Full Chip Nations coming up on the other side. Do stay with us, everyone.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days. But the entire nation is hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in two worlds.
There are others. They're not like us. We need to get out of here now.
Open your eyes. Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And we live the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it?
Can you handle it?
The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad in my camp. What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad will want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gotta blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
The United States will play Australia in Seattle, boys. Grella, how's that?
Layup for the U.S. I mean, that's a great first draw.
Funny thing is, we had the same reaction when we drew them.
On USA, bro, come on.
This is us, boys.
Come on.
Come on.
USA! Let's put it cards on the table. If USA can't beat Australia in a football match, stay home.
What's your reaction when you say that?
It's not even worth acknowledging.
I've seen all the US stuff and I'm just sick of it.
Saved a few of those videos. Just like critics and opposition fans and all that. Just get on with the job and let the football do the talking.
I just like all this talk. Let's just wait for the game.
Listen, again, with this Australia thing, it's getting a little out of control.
This game here is bigger than the World Cup final.
It made me actually go back and do more research.
Get ready to hold this whilst we prove the world wrong again.
I go look at their team. I don't recognize any players.
Had you heard of this bloke, Mike Rell?
Nope. Nope. No idea.
I'm not kidding, though, when I say this.
The minute you write us off, the backs are against the wall, it's over.
What are they drinking over there?
I don't think there's been a person in human history that's been able to unite Australia faster and more unanimously than him.
If they do something in this tournament, which they won't, if they do something in this tournament, they should make a statue of me there in Australia.
Well, it's not U.S. men's national team against Australia today. It is Mike Grella against the entire country of Australia and their kangaroos. That is at 3 p.m. today, finally.
Look at him blow.
After him saying that this is a layup match, we finally get to see how all of this ends up panning out. Absolutely incredible that the guy said that nobody in history has united Australia more than Mike Grella.
Oh my gosh, that's powerful.
I wouldn't have put a bet on that that's what would happen, but poor Grella, he is already, we've seen him floating around in studio.
Yes.
He's going to need to go in witness protection if the U.S. do happen to lose today and Australia wins, but yeah.
They may be putting up a statue of him looking exactly like that.
Could you imagine that? All right.
Next to the Opera House.
Oh, poor Grella. All right, so we were able to get the U.S. men's national team bets out of the way. You have other bets for us today, Mackenzie?
Quickly, just to review, both teams to score for USA versus the Kangaroos. Now, it's death taxes. Everybody can score in the U.S., and the U.S. should be able to score on Australia. Malik Tillman to score or assist to complement the U.S. here. We move down to Scotland versus Morocco. Now, Scotland, the books are giving them a little too much praise potentially of what they were able to do a few days ago. So now you're getting a better price for just the Morocco money line. If you want to keep it simple, this is just an objectively more talented team. But a little parlay for you as well, taking two heavy priced, quote unquote, things that should happen, putting them together to get a prettier price. Under 3.5 goals. If you see Morocco score early, very hard to believe that they're not going to play a very heavily defensive game after that. Just get in, get out. And Morocco, 9+ shots, right? This is a team that put up 14 shots on Brazil, let alone Scotland allowed 18 shots on target to Haiti, just shots here. So if Haiti could get shots up, so can Morocco. I'm willing to put my money on that. They're averaging around 15 shots in their past 2 games. So again, something they should obviously be able to do. We go to a player prop for Brazil versus Haiti. Rafinha here to have a shot on target in the first half. Now, when you're looking at these very lopsided games, going to first half player props feels like a very good situation. -135 implies around a 57% chance for that to happen. His price for the full game is -500. That's around 83%. That's oddsmakers saying, hey, we do think if it's going to happen, it's more likely in the first half. And again, he's been very much involved in the goals, shots on target. He's had at least 2 in his past few games as well. And then we're going to go to Turkey, Paraguay. Keep it simple. Just taking the money line again on this Turkey team feels like a buy low spot considering they weren't able to perform against Australia. Now we're getting a prettier price at even money than we typically would have.
Yeah. Like that.
Love
Oh, Mackenzie.
Wow. Great.
That was good.
Love that. Love that. All right. Any bets on what will happen to Grella?
I'll be sitting next to him, so I'll let you guys know.
All right. Well, do we have time to look at some of the comments that we've gotten during? What do we have? Oh, my favorite comment of the day is someone saying that JD Dyer and Jonathan David look a little alike, and that's why JD really likes Jonathan David. But that's a comment that you've gotten before, isn't
JD
it?
and JD. The game is the game. That's what I tell people.
Who else have you gotten?
Jaylen Brown. I get Jaylen Brown. I get P&D. I don't really like P&D. I don't really understand. That's party next door for you. I know you don't really.
I was just going to
I have to break that down. That's my home girl. I've had Raheem Sterling.
It.
Yeah, of course. I hate Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling's like my sister. That's what it is. Shout out to my sister. I love you.
That was disrespectful. Oh, my God. All right, guys. Well, this has been such a chaotic week and a chaotic day, especially here in Morning Footy 48 Nations. Thank you for joining us. Stay tuned here on the network. Much more Golazo Network 48 Nations coming up for you on the other side.
At the start of every year, I find myself wondering again, constantly questioning life's mysteries. Could I make it in the UFC octagon?
When Jeff Probst asks survivors, ready?
Do they ever want to say no? Has Dexter ever considered meditation? Will Beth and Rip make it last on the new series Dutton Ranch? If not, Rip, call me. Stream new series and returning favorites, plus huge events. It's going to be the biggest year yet.
Welcome to the Running Man. The rules are simple. Survive 30 days with the entire nation hunting you down.
The grand prize, $1 billion.
Win this game. Change your family's life forever.
Hunt him down!
People will sell you out in a heartbeat.
What is happening?
Welcome to the Running Man.
I'm back. I'm really back.
Why am I here? I'm not dead, right?
Disruption on this campus will not be tolerated.
If I look crazy, it's because that's how I feel. I don't know how to live in 2 worlds.
There are others. They're not like us. We need to get out of here now.
Open your eyes. Paramount Plus has a mountain of movies. Wow. New movies. Timeless movies. Guys who are running out of time movies. So get in on the latest blockbusters.
Trust me.
And relive the moments that get you every time.
And that's all I have to say about that.
A mountain of movies, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
This is European soccer's biggest stage.
Written in the stars! What a difference she has made!
The question is, can you handle it? The crowd here feels electric. Stream every match of the UEFA Women's Champions League on Paramount Plus.
I lost my dad and my aunt.
What aren't you telling me?
I'll never know what you've gone through, but I'm sure your dad would want you to be happy.
I will not lose the company that my husband started. I want success. Get it for me.
This business will bleed you dry.
Dad, I'm playing on the house's money now.
No, you're playing with the devil's money.
What's the plan here?
Gonna blow!
Yeah, well, I'm just getting started.
Landman. All episodes now streaming only on Paramount Plus.
Buenos dias, welcome into Morning Footy 48 Nations presented by Geico. It feels good to Geico. I'm Claudia Pagan alongside Darian Jenkins, Michael Lahoud, and JD Dyer. We are live on YouTube, so drop your comments and your thoughts throughout the entire show. But hey, we've already got a poll going. We're asking you which of the 3 host nations will make it furthest in the World Cup, because yesterday was such a good day for Canada and for Mexico, both of them getting wins. The U.S., you can see we've got our USA jerseys on. Lahoud's got Cabo Verde, which you know what? I'm going to give it to you. If you're going to wear another jersey that's not US, hell yeah, it's got to be this one.
I'm Team Vozinha all day. We're going to get into it when we talk about Footy Friday, but